G'day, g'day, and welcome back to Mel's Crafty Paper Place. I'm Mel, and thank you for joining me today. Today I've got a little something different on my desk. I've got a card, a wedding card that I'm making. So for this wedding card, I had in my mind to use neutrals. I wanted to keep it very neutral, very earthy. I have no idea what the wedding is like, but that's just, they said do whatever I wanted, so that's what I'm doing. I'm not sure if it fits in with their theme or not, but you know, it doesn't really matter. So I am using, for this card, let me see, I'm using 49&Market. Let me see what it's called. I think it's called Vintage Artistry Neutrals, no, Essentials. Vintage Artistry Essentials by Katie Petite. This is the very neutral, very white and brown and neutral, little touch of green in there, or very like earthy green on the leaves and that, very sage sort of colour. So I really love that collection. So I'm just using the 6x8 papers because I wanted to do a 6x8 card. And then I've gone and just pulled in some other bits and pieces, some flowers. I'm using my dies. Yeah, I'm going to pull in some little letters, alphabets, to spell out the names and stuff. So yeah, alright, well, let's get started. I'll show you where I'm up to. I've wanted to do this idea for a while, but last time I tried it, it didn't quite work out. So I'm really happy with how this is going this time. So I have got a piece of just very plain, I don't know if you can see, there is a very thin border of the dark brown paper down here. And I have a white card base just with American Crafts cardstock is my card base. I have lined my, well, I call it lining. I always put papers on both sides of my cardstock to give it strength. Because I'm putting so much stuff on the front, I really need the back to be able to hold it up and keep it nice and firm and stiff. So I always, a lot of the time, I always put one on the back. I always do. And then on the inside, sometimes I may just put a piece. It just depends on how much I'm putting in. But this one, I saw these two pieces of paper together and I just fell in love with it. And I thought, no, I'm going to put the whole thing in here. And I really love it. I have done a little punch on either corner. And there is a lovely little piece there just to write your message. So I'm hoping that's okay. They could write more over here if they wanted, but I'm hoping that is enough. We don't often write too much. I'm going to leave that blank for writing their message. And then I am probably going to put something on the back as well. I've got these, there's these little cut aparts in this pack. So you get some 3x4 cut aparts, which is really cool. And so this one here is Everything About You is Magic, which is really, really pretty. But I do like this one as well. Today is the day. And I really like that. So I may put that on the back, maybe even just down the bottom. I may distress it, I might ink it. I'm probably not going to do any, I usually keep my backs nice and flat, even on my albums that I make. I keep it nice and flat because it's what sits on the table, so I don't want it getting caught on things and stuff like that. So I may put that on the back and that will be all. On the inside here, I'm not sure whether I will do anything else because I really, really like that. I may put a little piece of like chipboard or a chipboard butterfly / moth somewhere. I might. I may, oh look, I'm almost tempted to put a very thin piece of cotton or like crochet thread through the middle and give it a tie out here. I may even do that. I'm not sure yet because I'm really liking the texture. So I've also got then a piece of paper here, which is, let me see if I can find them, which ones I've used. So this top one here, which I have used, is this one. So I have a piece, I have a corrugated cardboard frame underneath there, which is holding that up and giving it dimension. And it's nice and light, and it's just perfect. I don't know if you can see. Can you see the little ridges through there? So that's in there, and then between my dark base and this like the designed paper, I have foam. So there is like two layers there, two quite large layers there. So quite high for me. But sometimes when I use my flowers, anyway, they have a lot of dimension. I don't mind having dimension for my cards because I try and keep it flat for my scrapbook layouts and add dimension to my cards because I can make a box envelope to put it all in, so it doesn't really matter. So I go all out for these ones. So that is that one cut down, and then the one behind there is, let me find it. This one, no, not that one, it's very similar. Not that one, not that one. They're the ones I put on the inside. Have I got any left? I might have used them all. Actually, let me see. That's not the, oh, actually, I think it's from the Serenity collection, that one. And it has like the part where it has like a impression of a frame there, and it was just perfect for this. Actually, that's from the Serenity collection. It has a little bit of touch of blue to it, but a lot of neutral colors. So, and a little bit of blue out here, just a tiny touch. So yeah, that's that one. And this one does too. Anyway, this collection has like a tealy green blue colors through it. So really, really nice. They match together quite beautifully. So that was really easy picking the papers actually. Then what I did was I then stitched my frame, and I did straight stitching and zigzag stitching, and I also did some on this inside one here as well. Just lift that up so you can see. So I've done in here some straight stitching, some zigzag, zigzag and straight, and a little bit straight up there. Can't really see that one that much, but I have got threads hanging down there, and there's threads still out here. I haven't cut them off yet. I'm not sure. I'll just trim them when I'm finished, and I'll get the desired look that I want. So I'll just leave them till the end. But I'm really loving the stitching. I really like stitching on my paper. I can't sew to save my life, but I like stitching on paper. Now my whole idea was to do a frame with to keep my stuff sort of inside it, like a picture frame. I have done my two hearts here, and I have stitched my hearts together, bit of straight and zigzag stitching there, and I've popped them up on foam as well. Now the corrugated piece under here that is popping up is thicker than foam. It's almost twice as high, so this will come up really nicely. So I'm thinking to glue this in. Just to put these together, I popped a little piece of sticky tape on the back of my hearts, just there, and then pulled it out and stitched it so I had in the right spot. So that's what I'm thinking to do down there. I was thinking to put like something up here behind, like a doily or this laser cut doily or something, but I think I'm going to go with a little bit of foliage on the sides. And then I want to have, because I want to have a space to write, pop their name with the alpha. It's for Dan and Jess. So I really want to pop that up the top. So I think first thing I'm ready to do, I'm ready to glue this down. So I'm going to do that. Just making sure I'm in frame. I have zoomed in a little bit so that you can see what I'm doing. And I haven't made a card for a hot minute, so I am a little bit rusty, so bear with me. But I'm really enjoying playing with this. This is really nice. I'm really liking how it's coming along so far. Let's just hope I don't jinx myself and break it, hey? And I hope I'm finding you in your crafty space. You know I'm going to say that. So I'm going to just slide, wedgie that in there a little bit. Jiggle, 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 wiggle. Alright, try and make sure that they're pretty straightish. I'm happy where they are sitting. Yeah, just there. So there is a little bit of space under there if I want to put anything else, but I'm just going to hold that there for a little minute so it can catch. Oh, it's warm today. Again. And no rain. It is bone dry outside and the grass has stopped grassing. Even the trees have almost stopped treeing. They are all wilted and dying of thirst. They're really struggling in this heat. They are predicting storms over the weekend. So today's Friday and they are predicting some storms. So that's very hit and miss. But let's hope we get a good little storm to give us some water. Give everything a bit of a drink, even the birds. We've been putting water out for the birds and the bees and everything. Try and get them through this dry patch before the summer rains come. Alright, I'm happy with that. Now, I want to put their names up around in the middle here, I think. I don't want to put it on here. I wanted to stitch this together like two people coming together, two hearts coming together. So that was the idea behind that. Next, I want to put some flowers. Now, I did pull out these whoppers because I love me a big flower. But I'm not sure I'm going to use them. They do sit beautifully in there, but I think they're just a bit big for in the frame. Because it kind of, if I didn't have the frame on, they would be alright because the card is like 6 by 8. But when I put the frame on, it really comes down a lot. For me, then the card becomes like what's in my stitching here. So I think they might be a bit big, and I have got like this little pack and it's got some 3 big ones and some little ones, so I may go to the little ones because they just don't overpower it as much. So I think I might just use the little ones, and I really want to put their name in gold, so I'm going to introduce gold to this. So, the next thing I think I'm going to do is put a little something down in this corner, and I want a flower over here. I was, to begin with, thinking like this big one, which is okay, but it's just big compared to the hearts. It just overpowers. I look at the flower instead of the hearts, and I really want to look at the hearts. So that's why I think I'm going to go with the little one. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this little bit in the middle here. I'm not liking that there, so I may put like some muslin in there. But I have this little flower here, and I have this little laser cut that says these days are special to always remember, and I really like that. So I think I'm going to put that on the corner there. Just going to nick off the little bits that attach it to the frame, because you've got to do that. You've got to nick them off. It just makes it look so much better. I think I'm like going to put that like there. I may have to put some foam underneath it. Maybe I could bring it back. Like that, I'm thinking. And then I've got a little key, which I was almost thinking to put the key between the two, or down here. And I was thinking maybe I could even put the word love down here or through there. I'm not sure yet. But I think I might put the key like just over here. I'm going to put some foam bits in there. Let me get a couple of foam dots and glue those together. I'm going to glue them in there so they don't fall off. I'm going to glue everything. Because I'm giving it away, I always glue it. Oh, let me get in this little tiny hole here. Don't mind my head. I'm going to try and keep my head out, my fat head out of the way. we'll see. Alright, so that's one layer. Let me peel that off. Stay, boy. I don't know whether this will even be tall enough actually, but it'll help support it. If it gets pressed down, it won't go all the way down, so that will be alright. I'm going to put a little bit of glue on there as well, even between them. Just a little dab. And this one. Yeah, that should nearly be high enough. Right, and what I'll do also is I will undistress and just lay that a little bit flat so it can sit a little bit better. So where I've distressed, I just make it a little bit flatter so it can sit down and glue down a little bit better. There we go, so I just unstress that. There we go, that's nice, and let me peel the glue off, the sticky thing off of there. Okay, a bit more glue. A bit more glue here too. Which way are we going? That way, and that way. Just put glue all over it. I'm going to go up a little bit to cover. Yeah, it's not quite high enough, is it? I think I still need a piece of something in there. Maybe a little bit of foam tape, maybe? Let me have a look. Yeah, I might just put a little tiny piece of foam. Let's see. Yeah, that's pretty good. Let's press it down. It's got glue on it. So that should be good. Alright, re-glue that. Glue. Put a little pin in there. Excuse my head. It's a little bit high, but that will be okay. That's quite okay. That's the problem with using all different types of height and different products. If you use the one product but layer it, then everything will be the same height, everything will work. But because I use the corrugated frame, it's a little bit different height than everything else. But that's okay. I think that will glue rather well there. That will be alright. Now my flowers, I always use my other glue, my clear one. So I'm going to use that one. And I think I will put this little key down here. I think, oh, let me trim off my little tags. I call them tags, for want of a better word. I think that's the only one. Hang on, there's one there. Let me get sharper scissors. I can't get it. It's too hard. It's too fine. It'll have to stay there. That one. Put a very fine bead along there because I really don't want this getting ripped off. I'll put it just there, I think, on the stitching. Just clear that up a little bit more there. There we go. Wipe that up there. There we go. Yep, it's going to go on the stitching. I'm going to trim that. Just there. Yep, on the stitching it goes. Never mind. It is what it is. It's That's where it sits nicely, so I'm just going to go with the flow. Okay, I'm going to put my little pin back in, get all the dry glue off it. Alright, and then I will put my flour just there, I think. Yeah, alright, I think I might actually glue that flour in. Now, I've got my glue over here. It will go crazy when I take the lid off it. I always like to put quite a lot on. Right, quickly put my lid back on. Pop that upside down. Alright, I think I'm going to pop it like that. And just hold it there for a little minute. So it's going to be that corner done. I'm going to be using gold alphas, and also I think I'm going to use, I've got some little gold bling as well, or I may use my Kaiser Craft spray and just do droplets. I'm not sure yet. I haven't made my mind up. There, hopefully that will be good. Now down here in this corner, I think I'm just going to pop that flour, but I am going to pop some foam down in there as well underneath, just to give it something to sit on, something to reach and glue to, because otherwise it's not going to be gluing to much. Even this one, I really want it to, it's got heart to glue to, so it should be alright. I'm just going to put a little bit of, I'll put glue down in here, actually might be easier. Glue there. I'm just going to stick, actually I should have done that and that way. Don't know why I took the backing off of that. Duh. Getting a bit excited, I think. It's in a hurry to glue it down. So I hope you're finding some time to get crafty. I'd love to know what you're working on. You can leave a comment for me down below, that'd be great, because that's about the only way I'm going to know. Is if you tell me in my comments. That'd be really cool. Let me know if you're a scrapbooker, or if you like making cards, or what you like doing, because everybody's a little bit different. So it's really nice to know what people do. Yeah, I think that will be high enough. Let me get some more temperamental glue. Hold on. Out it comes because of the heat. I've got enough on here to sink a battleship. So there we go. Now, just going to sit that in that corner. And there we go. I'm going to make sure, with my head in the way, people, that there's no purple showing, no purple foam. Sorry about that, you can check out my grey hairs. Okay, I'm liking that, so that's good. That one and that one. Here I might put a little bit of muslin, I'm thinking. I might put a big piece and just sort of pull it a little bit so it's not in the square anymore, but not too much because I don't want it all falling apart. So what I'm thinking is just to like sort of jam it in there, if you know what I mean, like just, I may have to put glue down in there though, somewhere for it to glue to. It's going to be the tricky part. Okay, let me have a little play and see if I like it. Yeah, I do like that already actually, just softens it. I'm just going to shove it like that down in there. Don't know whether to put glue. I'm going to put glue just over there and then some over here. Actually, this is where I might put the glue. because I want to be able to get the muslin to touch the glue and stick, but down on the bottom, I could put a little bit down there too. I'll put a little bit down there, so there, just in under there, and I'll put some down in under there, just hiding it in there. Alright, and then I'll stick that in. I'll put my little pin in there. Alright, where's my muslin gone? Oh, here. It's white on white, I can't see it. Alright, I'm just going to use my pokey tool just to get some down in there. Get some down in here. Don't mind my head, sorry if it's in the way. Just going to poke it down and sit it down in there. I think something like that. I don't want too much poking out. I just want to give it a little bit of texture and just sort of fill in that gap a little bit. Put a little bit under there so it sits over that way a little bit. Just like under there, just a little bit. Just a little bit. Pop, pop. And it will dry clear, so you won't see it anyway. I'll tuck that piece down there. There we go. Oh well, if they pull it off, they pull it off. It doesn't matter. I'm going to trim this a little bit smaller now too. Just so it's a little piece there. And these little pieces over here. Just going to trim them. It doesn't matter if they're sticking up or out. No, they look a bit silly. Stick it up and just pop them up there like that. Okay, now I've got these little tiny wooden hearts. Oop. And they're tiny. So I think I might pop. Just trying to get the prettiest side up. I think that side's the prettiest. I'm just going to pop one here. So peaceful and quiet without the children at home. They're all at school today. It's Friday, so. But my oldest son, he's grade 12, so this is like his last compulsory day at school except for his exam. So last day of like learning. He's got some tutoring next week. I think he's going to go a couple of days for that and then just study at home, refresh, go over everything. Just got that little heart thing, so let's scrape away some of the glue. Here we go. Alright, I'm happy with that. That seems to be drying well, and that one too. Right, I think I'm happy with that. Now, up the top here, I'm going to put their names. So I want to leave room for that, but I want to put some foliage. Now, the only foliage that I could get to look nice, let me get this back in here and scrape this off the thing, was just a couple of pieces, and I've got a little ampersand to put behind, so it's for Dan and Jess, and I've just die cut this little tiny ampersand, and I'm just gonna, you can see it, but it's not, it's just a little shade darker than the background, so it won't stand. And I'm just going to put like their names sort of a little bit over the top and bottom so that it's like not separated. It'll be like behind their names, but you'll be able to see it, and hopefully that's the idea. I have got some little flurries of cotton floating around there too, so I'll be able to trim those off as I go. Now, I've got a couple of little laser cuts here that I wanted to use. So I'm going to put their name over towards the left here. So I thought just a little, this little one on the left. And I did trim one of the little leaves off of it to make it a little bit smaller so I could tuck it in. So hopefully it will go okay. like just down in there. I'm going to glue it in. It's going there, whether it likes it or not. Oh, golly. I'm at the stage where I've just got to glue it in. I've done a rough mock-up, so I kind of know what I want, but sometimes when I'm gluing things down, things do change. So I just play with it, because when you glue it, like you're foaming your tape, and things might not just sit quite where you want and stuff like that. So it doesn't always go to plan, even though I've done a little mock-up. So that's my little leaves there. Then I'm hoping to put their names, Dan and Jess, just through here. And these are the little alphas I'm going to be using. Aren't they super sweet? They're really lovely, and they're like a very romantic style font. Like, they're really lovely. They're Remarks, and they're called Baxter, and I bought a second-hand lot of a lady. And there was like 6 or 7 packets of this in there. Like, there was so many, because she used them on her cakes, but she'd stopped doing it, so she was just getting rid of them. So yeah, I bought those for a bargain, like $30 for like, I think it was like 50, 60 packets of thickers, and we all know how much they cost each. So even back then when I bought those, they were around this $8 mark here in Australia. So like no matter what I got, even if I only got 2 packets out of the whole thing, it was still worth it. But I have heaps. They were all good, like black, white and gold. There was a couple of little pink ones in there, but not much, but mainly black, white and gold, which is just neutral. I use them all the time, especially on my cards, because I like to personalize them up and, you know, make them unique. So I do like to put people's names on them. So I like to do that. Now this side here, I'm thinking I'm going to put this big one. Now I do have a couple of threads here which may be troublesome. I think I'm going to have to trim the bottom of this. Pop. Oh, goodness know where that went. Over there somewhere. So I'm thinking to put this over this side, but I don't know whether I want it out like that or if I'm going to trim. Because I'm thinking to put another flower here somewhere. Like that, you know what I mean? Like, do I want to bring it down from the top maybe? Like, oh, that's pretty. Oh, I like that. I do like that. I would have to put Dan and Jess across the middle then. I'd have to put it just straight across there. Don't know whether it'd fit. Oh, I do like that. Actually, I like that up the top better. Alright, what I might do is I think I'm going to try and put their names on before I put any more ephemera, because otherwise I'm going to run out of room. So what I might do is I might pause the camera, I'll do that, and then I'll come back on, okay? Right, I've got those stuck down, so I'm very happy with that. I'm really happy with the ampersand just there. Not in your face, but you can definitely see it, so very nice. I think I'm going to go with popping that up there and at the top. I think I'm just going to let that little piece of, I think I'm going to trim them a little bit so they stick out but not in my face like that. Now I did pull some gems while I was gluing those down because I was comparing colours. I was thinking to use these gold ones, but they're so much brighter than my letters. My letters are quite subdued, so same with these ones, like they're just too yellow, so I'm going to put those aside. So I'm probably going to go with either, I've got this beautiful smoky colour too. They're grey though, smoke rhinestones, but they look really cool. or I've got clear, or I've got some little pearls. I think I might end up going with the pearls by Uniquely Creative, just the iridescent pearls. I think they will be really nice and a soft touch to it. Okay, so I think I'll go with those. Now I am going to glue my foliage piece up to the top in the corner there. Just got to poke out my little thingy out of the thingy there. That makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? One of those little pieces from the laser cutting. I'm going to trim. That's about it really, I think. Get my finger out of there. Alright, I'm going to glue this up, and I'm going to put a flower up there, and I may put some more muslin up in that corner as well, just to soften it up and fill it up a little bit. That part of the frame. Right, so I've got my glue on. So I think just going to tuck it right there. Just pulling it down a little bit. I'm just going to trim that little fellow as well. Get rid of all the little bits on my desk. But these are stuck down quite nicely. They've all set. Even the muslin has set really nicely. I've glued all my letters down as well, and I just always check everything is sticking and staying as I go. I'm just going to trim that a little bit too, I think, and just tuck it in there, I think, like that. Right, next piece I'm going to do, I think I might do the muslin. I've got this other little half piece of muslin. I might jam it up in there. So I think I'm going to put glue in the back again as well. I'm going to put the flower like that. So do I want that flower? It's a little bit dirty. I want a clean flower. This one looks clean. Goodness knows why. Just going to chop the back off. Oh, they're good to turn, but I have like the green pieces of the back. They make the great little twirly bits, but I have real trouble sticking them down. I'm yet to find a good way to glue them. They're great if you just get your little pokey tool. This one's from Kaisercraft many years ago. You know, where you just get a little thin tool and just hold one end and twirl it around until wherever you want. Slide it off, and it's super cool. Like, it comes out really good. But just to glue them in, I find it really hard. You have to use a lot of glue, and you sort of got to hide the end or behind a flower or something, so that's always a bit tricky. So this one I think I'm just going to like jam in there again, so something like that. I think I might end up trimming that off a little bit, but should I go that way? Yeah, I might go that way. Alright, I'll go that way. Let's put some glue in, something for him to stick to. And then I'll put my flower in front of that as well. I'm just going to put that in behind there, stay down, and then I'm just going to get that, and I'm going to get my little pokey tool, and I'm just going to push my muslin in underneath into that glue. So it is a bit of a fiddly job with my cards. And I do take my time with them. I have learned not to rush them, and I will spend sometimes a few days on my cards. I don't spend the whole time on my card. I will leave it, come back, let it sit. leave it sitting in design, come back, I like go away, do a bit of housework, come back and see if I like it. So yeah, it's but I will do it over a period of a few days, sometimes a week or 2 weeks. It just depends. Depends if my creative juices are flowing or not too sometimes, because sometimes I get asked to make a card and I really want to do it, but sometimes I might be pushed for time and I just might not be in that mood, that creative mood, you know, and everything seems to be a struggle. Nothing wants to go right, nothing wants to sit right. We've all been there. So yeah, it just depends, but I do try to make it as best I can, and making sure that it stays together as well. Quite like these ones down here. This is super cute, because I actually, before I started filming, I actually had it along the side here with the flowers sitting here. So like, yep, totes changed. I'm actually probably going to find a word piece to go up there and a little word piece to go down here or on the heart with this flower as well. Oh, with my flower, I better put my big glue on there. Actually, this one is okay, but I do like this other big Portercraft glue. It's really good for my flowers. Alright, let's see if I can make sure I get this around the right way. Alright. And I pop a whole heap of glue. Hope you can see how much I'm using. I use a lot, just to make sure I get contact with everything that I want to get contact with, to make sure this sucker is not going to move. Right. And then I always sort of, when I'm doing my little flowers, I do turn them around a little bit to see which way they sit better, because some petals are up a little bit and they sit against things a little bit better too. So, and then just let it sit. Push it down. Just let it sit there. Sometimes with my bigger flowers, I will let it sit for a little bit and it gets all tacky, but it just doesn't feel like it's going to dry. So I will pull that flower up, do another big dab of glue, and then put it back, and it just seems to hold so much better. I don't know why, but it just does. It just works really well. But with my little ones, it's okay. This one's really solid. They're not moving at all. So I'm happy with that. I think I'm going to put a little... I'm a little bit disappointed with my alphas, because this is the J. It's still pretty, but it's not as fancy or as big as the deer. It kind of feels a little bit like I've written her name in all smalls. But with the font, the capital J is the same size as the small j. The small j just has the dot on the top. So I'm really disappointed with that. But look, it is what it is. I've done my best. And the N actually, the actual ends actually come right down and have a little twirl at the end. But I couldn't fit it with this, so I used a U for that one and put it up the other way, and it works just nicely. Quite happy with that, and they are sticking down super, super well. And I just love that pop of gold. I was going to use a lot of gold somewhere else, but I think just having that one little bit of gold just draws your eye right there, doesn't it? Just to their name, and then you look around at everything else. So I think that's what I'm going to leave, the only gold in there. I think I'm going to pop this heart either up here or over here. I don't think I want it over there. I think maybe there. Let me see which is the best side of this little one. Maybe I'll put the little one there. It just feels a little bit... I might put the little one there, big one there. Then I'll put a word phrase here, maybe up there as well. A big heart, do you think? I'm not sure. I'm going to put a butterfly slash mothy. I think it's a butterfly. I'm going to trim her little tags off. Give me a minute. Actually, let me get these really sharp scissors and just trim. I just want that point to really get in there. I'm going to turn over to the back. Really trim that off nicely, because I don't want them on there. I'm going to pop that so that she's like landing on Jess's name a little bit, coming down to land there, just to help give a little something extra to Jess's name. Just there, I feel. And she's just coming in. Now, do I want this big one up here or not? Don't want to add any more height to that, I don't think. Do I want a smaller one? Let me have a look at my hearts. I have a few hearts. That one might be just a little bit big, maybe. Alright, what have we got here? I don't want a wonky one. Now, is that the same size? I think that's the same size. I want a size smaller than that, like that. Don't like the brown mark on it though. That's nice, it's a little bit smaller. Yeah, I might see if I can, yeah, here's another one. Yeah. Oh, I don't like that either. Not the best quality. I don't want really wonky ones. Here's one, I think. There we go. As good as it's going to get. Yeah, I might put it just there somewhere. Well, let me have a look at my words as well and see if there's anything else that I want to use. The words were this beautiful, the beautiful moments. I really like that. There is picture perfect on there as well, but no, I don't think I want picture perfect. I think this beautiful moments, or the beautiful moments, I like that. Just going to pop it out. These are popping out quite well. I will try not to jinx it and break it. And I've also got, they've got 2 of each, so there's plenty to go around. Life in pictures, no treasured moments. What else have we got? There's another little key, there's a little tab. Treasured moments, there's butterflies. I want a little something, but I don't know what. Maybe a little flower, maybe. I think I'm just going to pop that up there. Now, I don't really want more wordies now. I think I'm going to use that up there. Maybe leave that one by itself. So I'm just going to trim the little teeny tiny tags over there. One, if I can. It's a bit uneven, so it's hard to get in sometimes where I need to get in. Alright, I'm just going to stick this up the top. Just there. And I think I will pop a heart in there. I could stick a flower. What does a flower look like? Like a little teeny flat flower. What does that look like? Where's my tweezers? There. I'm not liking that. I think I'll go with the flower. Sorry, with the heart. Get it right. Put a lot of glue on my heart. And I'm just gonna, wherever it lands, that's where it's gonna go. Maybe I should have put the flower in the corner. But I don't know, I just didn't want it in the corner. I could put some more muslin in there to fill it. Maybe maybe that might look a little bit better, actually. I might do that. Where's my muslin? Here it is here. I might just do that. I might fill it up a little bit more. I think it's just, that was the thin end, what I put in there. So I might just trim a little bit more and just see if I can just shove it in there. You know what I mean? Let's put some glue in there. Let's just do that. Just filling it up. Here we go. I'm just going to do that. I'm just going to hold my heart and just jam this in behind it. Yeah, that's better. Sorry if my head's in the way. It just wasn't enough there before. There we go. That's better. And a little heart. Here we go. That's better. And that'll dry in there. There. My flower, my heart. I didn't stick that one on. Let's stick that one on. And that's about it. Then I'll put some gems on and that's my card done. Oh, I've actually got to put some stuff, those other 3x4s on, haven't I? As well. Just there. Try not to move it. Leave it alone, Mel. Then it won't move, Mel. Alright. Here we go. Lots of hearts. Move those away. What else have we got? Just making sure I'm happy. I have got treasured moments. I don't think I want any more. I think I'm happy with the wording. I would like this to sort of come down a little bit like that. I'll just trim that one so it doesn't, so it sticks up a bit more. I don't want them all the same. I want them a little bit different. There we go. There we go. I think this one's still too long. There we go. Okay. And they're stuck on the other side. There is no way they're going to come out. So there we go. I'm loving that. I'm really happy with that. And then I'll put some bling on there. Just little pearls. I don't know whether I'll put just a sprinkle. I'm thinking not really like little 3s or anything like that. Does it even need it? I'm thinking just the teeny tiny ones. Just like a little sprinkling through here, one here, one there, and then 3. That's what I'm sort of thinking. I might use teeny tiny one. Just there. It stays just there on that leaf. And then I've got 1, 2, 3. I'll do 3 over the side maybe, or 2. I'll have a look. I'll go up one size. What's the next size up? This one. Alright. Let's see if we get a nice top. I might have to put it on glue. Let's just put a little bit of glue under there where I want it to sit. There. Then persuade it. Sorry about my head if my head is in the way. But me getting this in the right spot is more important than my head showing. There we go. That's where I want that. Right there. And I'm happy with that. And I think I will pop one just here as well. That'll be the size smaller than that one there. Yeah, I'm really liking these. These are just like little dewdrops. Come on, stay. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I like that. I might just put 3 down the bottom as well because I don't want too much. I think I'm going to put one over here. I might put the big one over like here somewhere with this flower. Just, should I put it inside or let me have a look? I'm going to put a big one, a nice big shiny one. Do I want it in here or out here? I think I want it out here. To really stand out like that. That one, and then one probably in here and here, or in here somewhere, the medium sized one. Should I put the medium? No, I'm going to put the little one out there. Maybe just here. Let's see if I can put a little double glue on with my left hand. Concentrate. There we go. Just a little bit, because I've already got sticky on them, but I just want a little bit of something. And then the little teeny tiny one. I might put it up on this corner here actually. A little teeny tiny little droplet. Right. A teeny tiny pearl. Yeah. Here we go. Right, I'm happy. Done. I'm going to leave that. Actually, what I might do is when I am happy with it all dry, or actually what I could do is I can just open it up like so and put my one on the back that I want to put on, which is, where did they go? Over here somewhere. Under here? Yes, under here. Well, this would be really cool on the back, wouldn't it? Actually. Today is the day. Nah, I'm going to just keep it flat. I will ink it though. I think I might still have a little bit of, it's all dried up, a little bit of ink. And I think the inside I will leave just as is. I'm going to put a little bit of ink. Just a little bit. I need a new brown ink. All mine have dried up. Mind you, they were all second-hand as well. So, I do need to invest in a nice chocolate brown ink. There we go. Now I'm going to put that on there. I don't think I have any ink refills for these Stampin' Up ones at all. These were bought second hand many years ago. So they've done really well. They've been really good ink pads, absolutely fabulous. So I'm going to put this over here. I might put it towards the bottom. Today's the day. Make sure it's straight. Here we go, and I like to rub it over my bone folder as well. Really spread that glue out. Make sure there's none all clumped up. Gives a nicer finish. You can't feel it then because it's all smooshed out. Here we go. Right. There we go. There's my card, my wedding card for Dan and Jess. I hope they like it. I will probably make an envelope for this as well. A box envelope, but I'll probably just keep it very neutral. I may just put a little word phrase on it or something like that, but I usually keep it pretty neutral, pretty free for people to write on. So yeah, I hope you like my card. Give us a comment down below, tell me what you think. And I will see you again really soon for my next little project. Hope you like that one. Thank you very much for stopping by today. I really appreciate it. I'll see you again really soon. Bye bye now.